Hi, everybody, and welcome to day 3 of Country Concessions Stuff My Stocking. We've got another fabulous presentation for you today of books. And I love books. I love all sorts of books. I have rather a large collection of bird books, gardening books, craft books, quilting books, and I love reading novels. I especially love quilting books because to me, that's one of my favorite parts of the whole process. Sitting there with a cup of tea and my lovely new quilting book and dreaming of everything that I'm going to make from that wonderful book. So they're just full of anticipation, magic, inspiration. It's just a fabulous experience. So you can't go wrong with a quilting book. We have 3 books to show you today, and these are new or almost new releases to the quilting community. The first one we just got, it's just been released, and it is a new book from It's So Emma. This is called Fat Quarters by the Dozen. So in here we have 12 wonderful patterns, each of which takes 12 fat quarters. And again, that's another thing I love is collecting those fat quarter bundles because they're so much fun. So if you've got any fat quarters kicking around, or if you've got a wonderful fat quarter bundle, you've just been wondering what you're going to do with it, lots of ideas in here. So lots of the books have a picture on the back of all the different quilts, but this is not one of them. So I've just marked these off with a paper clip, and I'm going to flip through quickly to show you the different projects in the book. So the first one is called Beams, and you can kind of see why those light beams across the white background. Lots of fun. The next one, this is one of my favorites. This is so pretty. It's the way they've done it in the soft colors, but I love the piecing, so they're kind of like little posies. This is called Bluebonnet's Quilt, and you can see why, because they're the flowers all stacked up on top of the stem of leaves. That's a very, very pretty one. This one is called the Celebration Quilt with all sorts of different size pinwheels. Then we have the Checkmate quilt, and it's almost like a chessboard, but very cool. The way these kind of twine together. And then we have the Clover quilt. I love this one. I think it is so pretty, and this little sort of heart motif in the center of the clover. It just makes it. Then we have the Composition quilt. These are all very fresh, modern quilts done in a very clean palette. This one's very pretty, called Fireflies. Then we have the Gardenia quilt, and this interesting chain in between each of the blocks. And then this is one of my favorites here as well. This is called the Halo quilt, and I love the design of it, but it uses the new Sewing Bird collection from Edita Sitar that we're cutting a couple more block of the months, and then we're going to be releasing that whole collection. So if you love this, we will have the fat quarters available. And then we have the Luminary quilt, very pretty with the different types of stars and pinwheels in that quilt. The Majestic quilt. And lastly, Sunbeam quilt, another of my favorites. So 12 beautiful quilts in this book. And as I say, fresh, modern, clean designs. It's a really wonderful book. It is $42.99 less your 20%. Now we have 2 other books. These are from Annie's Attic. Annie's Attic is a publisher that brings out a lot of books. They're very clear, very easy to follow, and they're a wonderful price point. So these are a great book. The first one is called Scrap Quilting with Wendy Shepherd. Wendy Shepherd is one of my favorite pattern designers. I love all her patterns. They're again, here are the same words, fresh, clean, and modern. They're just wonderful. You can see that one on the front. It's just great. This book is nice because it shows us all the different designs on the back. So I'll just come a little bit closer so you can hopefully see those. Try and avoid the reflections too much. A lot of really pretty designs. I love the kitty cat one, and I love that one in the center there. I think that's beautiful. The little snails carrying their houses on their backs is so cute. This one is gorgeous. They're all really lovely. So you've got 10 colorful designs in there. from Annie's Attic, and that book is just $29.99, less your 20%. And the last one, also from Annie's Attic, this is called Creative Pre-Cut Quilts, and this one is a very new release as well. This is designs from a lady who owns a company called Coach House Designs. Her name is Barbara Chernowichan, and I mangle that every time I try to say it. She is a Canadian designer, I think based in Calgary, if I'm remembering correctly, out west anyway. We met her at Quilt Canada, which was a real treat, and many of you who went to Quilt Canada may have seen her in her Coach House Designs booth, and she's worked in collaboration with Annie's Attic to bring you these wonderful quilts. So we met her and her husband at Quilt Canada, and then we met her again at an open house one of our distributors put on, where she had on display the quilts from this book. So we've seen these up close and personal, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So this one is really, really sweet with the owl at the top there and our little bunny friend here, and mushrooms and trees and stars. It's lovely. And then we have 9 other designs in the book. So you can see most of them are pictured on the back here, and I'll just show you those slowly as well. This one's very, very pretty. They're all pretty. It's hard to pick a favorite, as I say, just brimming with inspiration. So 10 wonderful designs in there, and this book is just $22.99, so even a better price than the other ones. So they're great prices, and you get the 20% off for Stuff My Stocking on all 3 of them. So that is our goodies for today. I hope you will find magic and inspiration in whatever books you buy, whether it happens to be one of them, 2 of them, or all 3 of them. I know all 3 of them are going to be going home with me, because that's just a winter's full of inspiration. I will look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow for day 4. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.